Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's voice of real estate, alongside the Lone Ranger. He can do your financing, whatever you're trying to buy, and make sure you get fast-tracked with him. He'll talk about that in the next segment. Really quickly, I want to give people an idea of what's out there on the market. I got a couple listings. This show airs on Saturday. These will probably be gone by Sunday evening. I've got them set up for multiple offers. Probably have them. If you want to take a look at this, I've got a great one on the Sand Lake chain for $1,799,000. 4,500 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, with a pool, boat dock, 3-car garage, all the bells and whistles, media room, study. I've got one in Maitland, and this is a great price. $300,000 in Maitland, $299,900, right on the edge of Maitland, Orlando, right by the 414 RDV Sportsplex and all that big growth you've seen there.
Is that a condo or a townhome?
That's a house. That's a house for $300K. And then I've got...
How many bedroom and bath?
It's a 3-2, about 1,500 square feet.
Nice.
And then I've got a condominium in Metro West for $155,000.
I might be interested in that one in Maitland there. Let's talk
get
about
over and
that.
take a look. Actually, there's an open house going on.
Better hurry up, right?
Yep, and there's an open house going on right now in Maitland at that house. Give me a call if you want to take a look at any of these at 407-352-8118. Bruce?
They have Maitland schools there at that location?
This is on the edge. I don't know quite know the schools.
Might be like Lake Brantley or something like that, but which is still great.
Send them to private if you don't want.
Send them to private, right?
Like it,
you can reach the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or you can apply online at WeBringYouHome.com. So you got some listings, but by God, they're hard to get listings right now, because as soon as you get them, you've got these doggone things sold before we hit the
usually
air.
I'm carrying about 20 to 30 listings, and I've got a bunch under contract. And right now I've got a bunch under contract and not many active. So they're selling pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
But what we do, the main thing for buyers, get yourself a good realtor who's going to help you get out there and look, get fast tracked with you, so your loans goes to the top of the stack. And you got to start looking. And even, like, we take our buyers around and show them what's sold. Like, we don't have much to show them, so they're ready. When one pops up on the market for $450 and they saw the one down the street that went for $475 and sold for $499, above list price, and this one's a little smaller without the pool, they know they got to go in at $465 on the offer. So we give them that education. So you're not – I've had people call me. My heart's broken for them. They've been in the car for 14 months. They've written 7 offers, and I wait to hear, and then I get more background, and I can just tell they weren't getting the right advice, they weren't writing the right offer, they weren't fully approved, fast track like you do. So,
well, I'm going to tell you something. It really helps when you position yourself to appear to be as close to a cash buyer. And you hear Cleve talk about my Fast Track loan program. Fast Track is a full loan approval. It's not a pre-approval. And right now, if you're up against multiple offers, Cleve, and you're the listing agent, you got to look for the one that's going to be the safest bet and the most price for your seller. But it's not always just price. Sometimes you can sense whether that buyer is legit or not, right? Because some people are making offers, and they'll make a high offer, and if the listing agent is inexperienced, they'll choose the buyer with the highest offer. But they don't know that they're the highest qualified. Yep. And then they wonder why the deal fell apart. And they call and they're going, oh, my God, this deal's falling apart. What the heck could have happened? I'll tell you what happened is you didn't vet the buyer.
The buyer had a 502 credit score.
Well, whatever they had, it didn't meet guidelines, or it didn't work, or the loan officer, and this is where I find it is actually, in my opinion, malpractice. A lot of banks and mortgage lenders will quickly pre-approve you to make you feel better, and they do what's called dehorsing you, so you're no longer in the market shopping for another mortgage.
Well, they take you off the horse and you're not running around looking. I understand that.
Right. Okay. So now, but you're not qualified.
Yeah.
But you think you're qualified. Yep. And we can talk about the repercussions from that as well. If you'd like to reach Cleve, he's the best in the business, lots of experience, and he can easily be reached to help you buy or list a house at
407-352-8118, or go to my website at lovelandreport.com or cleveloveland.com. We got that back from the Russians.
Got them all.
Got it back from the Russians. All right.
Yep, or you can call the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Talk about what's going on in the rental market and how you can capitalize on it. Be back in 5.